because you know the first boat ride that the Jews went on, that the 8 went on, it wasn't a crash at the end, you know? Yeah, when Moses, when the ark was in the water in the flood, the boat didn't crash, it just landed on Mount Ararat.
Some people say crash?
No, but when this second flood that's coming is also in that story of Malta, from Crete to Malta, because that boat has to come to a collision. It's going to be a rough storm, and it's going to come to a collision. When it came to a collision, and then they all got off the boat, Paul goes in, and all the people are being very kind to Paul, right? And all the people on the boat, right? So all of them got saved. But Paul, when they were making a fire, reached into the fire, and a snake bit him. And then they was like, oh man, this guy must be a bad person, he's gonna die. But then it says, but Paul shook the snake off into the fire, okay? As God is gonna shake off Satan into the fire. Because that boat, this second wave is not just gonna be a landing, they're gonna have to come to a collision with their enemy, right? They're gonna have to come into a collision. Once a collision happens, in Amos, listen what it says. I just want to share this with you guys. In Amos chapter 5, verse 18, you can write it down. It says, woe to them that long for the day of the Lord. Why do you long for the day of the Lord? The day of the Lord will be darkness, not light. It will be as though a man fled from a lion. Okay?
Yep.
Only to meet a bear. And as though he entered his house, okay, and he rested his hand on a wall, only to have a snake bite him. So you know what that's talking about? It's talking about the first time God rescued them from a lion, which was the nation, the British, because they had to get Israel back from the Brits, okay? The second time it's going to be from a bear, because Russia is going to attack them, okay? Then, after Russia attacks them and God saves them from that war, they're going to rest and think that everything's okay, and so they can rest their hand on the wall. But then the Antichrist is going to bite them and step up and bite them. Yeah, and then that's when God's going to come and destroy that serpent and shake him off into the fire. So that whole thing from Paul, from Crete to Malta, is like there's a journey for both Christians and Jews. And the end of the Jewish journey in this is that you're going to have a confrontation, and it's going to end with you shaking the snake off, with God shaking the snake off into the fire. So it's that story goes all the way back to Amos to let you know that this is all about destroying the snake, the Hanaj. Okay, so let's pray.